Morning, everybody. Nice to be with you all again. Well, now that the weather's warmed up and the prospect of a glorious sunny spell is in the offing, it gives me, and most of us I suppose, a great deal of pleasure to look out over our gardens and enjoy the fruits of our, or maybe someone else's, labours. The beanstalks are making their spindly way to the top of their poles with the usual vigour, and sunflowers are now above our head height. The shrubs around the edges all seem to be doing well, except for holly, and the herbs, geraniums and border flowers are all adding their colour and fragrance to the pleasant mix. The grass is freshly mown and striped. It is, for the moment anyway, that prized two-tone green we take pride in. Even the trees are now in full leaf and topping up the tally of texture and tone with shade and movement. Maybe a bit too much shade sometimes. But quickly the lawn will soften its straight lines and become more uniform, except that is for the weeds. You know the ones I mean, the little white and yellow ones that nobody planted or planned for when the lawn was first laid. There's some big yellow ones too, with big leaves that rapidly turn into grey mops and blow everywhere. These are the weeds. We all know them, the daisies and buttercups and dandelions and many more. The groundsel, the vetch, couchgrass and clover and their tribe have all found their way in to join the unnumbered sorts of bosses that live there. The thing is, they all seem quite happy, and were it not for our relentless campaign of mowing, would probably take over. I once heard a foreign tourist at a country mansion ask the gardener how he managed to get all the pretty little white flowers to grow amongst the grass. The gardener didn't answer. The thing is, even though they were both looking at the same thing, they each saw something that the other did not. The American lady saw a beautiful tapestry of greenery, freckled with impossibly uniform jewels of white, like a starry sky under her feet. The gardener saw a load of weeds, spoiling his otherwise immaculate canvas. Beauty is, as ever, in the eye of the beholder. But now that my beans have reached that robust stage just before they flower, I need to clear the weed seedlings from underneath them, otherwise they will sap nutrients from the soil that my crop needs to be most productive. I wouldn't need to examine the weeds too much because anything that isn't a beanstalk will have to go. But they won't stop trying. New seeds will blow in, and whatever is in the soil will continue to make incursions at every opportunity. Some of them have very pretty flowers, and some have a gorgeous scent. In a different context, I'm sure I would love them and even cultivate them for their own sake. But not in my beans. Now, they're not rare or endangered, but they're in the wrong place, and that's the problem. They didn't ask to be there. They just found a place that suited them and settled in nicely. They don't even know that they're weeds. In fact, they're only weeds because we have chosen to call them that and treated them accordingly. Any competent plantsman will tell you that a weed is simply a plant in the wrong place. But I'm afraid even the choicest rose or most scintillating orchid will have no place in our bean rows until maybe we discover a value that until now we'd ignored because of the label we'd given it. Well, anyway, it was nice to talk to you again, and don't forget now, phone a friend.